Good morning. Happy Friday. It's Daryl here. It is 4 a.m. bright and early here in Connecticut on the East Coast. This is not the video that I had planned on making right now. This is kind of spur of the moment. I just downloaded, published my last video, and I was looking around and I came across Beau, the fifth column. My wife, I still watch every single one of his videos every morning. I am a big fan, but this morning I have to point something out. Okay, in today's video, he talks about how he agrees with the judge and the mayor in Los Angeles, providing $1 billion to provide homes for all of the I think it's 600,000. Gotta forgive me if I got that number wrong. Homeless people on Skid Row. I've been to Los Angeles. I've been on Skid. I've gone through Skid Row. And it is, I've never seen anything like it. I want to talk about this a little bit. Let me talk first. When I first got into recovery, this is one of the things we talked about, like your order of priorities. You know, let's say, what if somebody asked me when I first got into recovery, you know, what's your priorities? Is it your job, your housing, your income, your family, your wife, your kids, or your recovery, your health? You know, which one of those comes first? And the answer is recovery. Recovery. Without treating and getting into recovery, none of the other stuff matters. None of the other things are possible. You know, if I don't stop using, I won't have a family. If I don't stop using, I won't have my health. If I don't stop using, I won't have a home. If I don't stop using, I will not have a job. If I don't stop using, I won't have any money. Without a doubt, and if you ask anybody that's had any success in recovery, this comes first. Recovery comes first. Now, of course, I could say, does God come first? And if you're religious, and that's part of a higher power and recovery. This is the truth. This isn't a debatable, at least to most people who've been successful in recovery. This isn't a debatable statement. Recovery. Staying clean just for today. I am powerless against my addiction. We've all heard those statements. That is the most important thing. Without that, you're not going to have anything else. Without recovery, you're going to lose everything else. And that's a fact. That is a fact. If you have the disease of drug addiction or alcoholism and you don't treat it, you will lose everything else. Nothing else will matter. All right, so we talked about these houses, and I agree. Homelessness and providing homes for all these homeless people is important, and it is a fantastic goal and something to strive for. Now, Beau talked about, he broke it down per house. I think it came down to $15,000 per house with a nice profit. And I believe that the amount Beau came up with a little over 300 million. I believe when he added it all up, 300 million left over, and he said that would be for management for this whole project. That's where I want to talk about that. Honestly, a good portion, I don't have the percentages here, but the majority of people in that situation have drug and alcohol problems. Not all of them. Some of them have domestic violence problems too, which need to be addressed. If you provide homes for these people first, without addressing these issues, if you put the homes before addressing these issues, those homes aren't going to last long. Those homes will turn into another Skid Row. This is a fact. This is a fact of drug addiction. You have to treat. You'd have to make it a contingency that in order to get a home, you have to go through treatment, successful treatment. and show some recovery before you get a home. And this, some people might think that sounds harsh or whatever, but this whole thing will be for naught if you give somebody a home. And believe me, I lied, and I lied about all this stuff. Oh, I don't have a problem, or I'm doing better, and all this other stuff. You have to. The most important thing, where money would need to go first, is providing proven treatment for these people, the people that need treatment, that have issues. A lot of these people, there's a reason they got there. And I forgot to even mention mental health issues. Putting these people in a nice new little home, it's a great idea, but it's like putting a Band-Aid on an infected cut. It's going to make the matter worse, and you're going to end up losing the home. This whole thing will go down the drain. The homes, wherever these homes are built, will turn into another Skid Row if these problems aren't addressed. Like I said, the best analogy is comparing it to putting a dressing on a wound that's infected. That dressing will cover up the problem for a short period, and it's just going to keep the problem out of the visibility of other people. It's going to give addicts, dealers, people with mental health issues a place where they could hide the problem, and that's not helping anybody. I agree with providing homes, but the first thing that needs to be done before you do anything, the priority here, is treatment, and then proven treatment, drug tests. Some people might not like hearing that, but along with this disease comes dishonesty and lying. I would do or say anything to keep my addiction with me, to protect what I had, to protect the life I knew, what I needed to survive. I would say or do anything. You need drug tests, without a doubt. And once a person was successful for some time in recovery, then you put them in a home, and you'll have some chance. And like I said, mental health treatment, domestic violence issues, which I don't know that much about, so that's why I'm not talking a whole lot about domestic violence right now. But without a doubt, this whole project will be for naught if you do not treat the underlying issues first. These houses will just turn into another Skid Row, and the money will be wasted. Those are my thoughts on Beau's video about providing the homeless on Skid Row in Los Angeles with homes. I'll be back later with the rest of my videos. You guys have a great Friday.